Hi, this is Paladin, and I am a 25-year experienced traditional naturopath. No, you say, what does that mean to you? Well, it doesn't mean much unless you understand how important this movement is going to be. You see, naturopathy's been around much longer than the actual traditional medical boys when the pharmaceutical boys decided to co opt medicine. And they moved medicine to treating the whole body to realistically treating a diagnosis and a symptom. So they diagnose a disease, they identify a symptom, and they typically give you a prescription. The average physician in this country spends less than 4.5 minutes per patient. Now, a naturopath, on the other hand, says, no, 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 not so fast. Let's check the whole body. Let's evaluate and try to determine how the guy stays better, so how he feels, how he actually stays well. So we're focused on wellness and prevention as opposed to diagnosis and treatment. Well, I think this is a worthy cause. I really do. And now that I'm trying to get this to you, I actually consider it a movement. Read you something. There's an analog between a grassroots politics and startup evangelism. So I'm a startup. Even though I've been a 25-year naturopath, I've not been in this movement of teaching people why they want to try naturopathy.com. And the best of us are the people that are talking eloquent about their mission and their change that they want to make in the world. This is not just about you and me. This is about everyone. This is about healthcare that's gone balloon and ballistic. We've got chronically ill people all over the place. Autism rates have gone from 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 50. And they say it's coincidence? Bullshit. So I'm going to be able to articulate a vision in the future that attracts people like you. We're going to create a movement. Now, if you want to understand it, think Tesla. Tesla decided that they were going to build a better car and gave you powerful reasons why. And without one advertising dollar, they sold out their car production. And they continue to sell out their car production because their customers become their advocates and they're actually selling Teslas to other people saying, hey, you got to try my Tesla. You got to drive it. And it's called movement marketing. Um, it's known also in another term as earned marketing. So I'm going to earn your trust and I'm going to get you to try naturopathy. And I'm going to do it with a free offer later in this commentary. It's going to be a free offer that it's going to be absolutely almost impossible for you to believe it's true. And I will guarantee you that it will be. And I'm going to give you my wellness care advice totally free for the rest of your life. And that's the movement I'm going to start. Because if you can get advice that is free and valid, and it's going to cost you nothing, then you're going to take action. Because if everything I'm telling you is true, it's going to make you better. You're going to feel better. You're going to spend less money on pharmaceuticals and medical doctors. And you're going to become an advocate of what we're telling you now. So let me look at this one more time. I'm trying to read some notes. So, unlike paid advertising campaigns, which I'm not going to do, there's not really any formula for return on investment because I'm not looking for any earned investment because I'm going to give this stuff to you free. It's about brand and about messaging. It's about press, about influencers, it's about content, all the things that are going to define who you are. It's undeniably crucial that the metrics are defined, and our guys are doing metrics right now. We have 75,000 people in our email friends list, and every one of you is going to get an opportunity to get free health care for life. When you call me and you ask me to be your naturopath, I'm going to put you in touch with an account. And once that account is established, you're going to have access with me or without me with healthcare professionals who will talk to you about clinical research that we have in our possession about any topic you can imagine. In addition to clinical research, we're going to talk about the protocols that we've used successfully, and they're going to be offered to you for free. And then if you want recommendations on supplements or apple cider vinegar and baking soda, we'll give them to you. It's all going to come to you in the form of an email. You read it, take action, do what you're going to do. It's going to be free. Always. That's how the movement starts. We're going to brand ourselves as trying naturopathy. You're going to try something different than your traditional Western medicine diagnosis and treatment. That's what you're going to try. And it's like a math whiz that aces the SAT. You're going to change because you're going to do well. And there's no need to worry about lots of steps. You just have to try naturopathy. You tell me what your condition is. I get you in touch with a wellness professional, and boom, they do the clinical research, the recommendations, and the protocols. And we wanted to find a larger cause. This is not just about you or me. This is about an America that is sick, chronically ill, spending more money on disease and symptoms than they ever spend on their wellness and health. Peter Thiel, one of my heroes, a lot of entrepreneurial, lots of startups, made billions of dollars. He believes that the best startups are like sort of like a cult, and people start to believe in something true, and it's a sense of mission that for both the internal morale and external marketing. You need to be able to describe the change you seek to bring about, why it's important, why people benefit from it. Well, that's pretty simple. We're going to identify the problem. We're going to give you a solution, how you're going to benefit from it, and whereas if I had to pay advertisers to tell you about it, I'm just giving it away for free. So if one tells one and one tells another, and so on and so on and so on, I'm obviously going to have to articulate this cause better than anyone else. Because as I said, naturopathy's been around for a long, long time. And we are woefully behind the big medical boys and all their pharmaceuticals because they market and advertise the hell out of it. You can't watch a television show without seeing 15 commercials about erectile dysfunction or hair loss. So we're going to have to connect on a deeper level than just policies and programs. We're going to we're going to critique the status quo. It's not hard to critique the healthcare system in this country. And so when we tell you it's free and we tell you all the success we've had for other people who are trying and using naturopathy, you're going to try it. You're not going to have some paid advertiser saying 15 minutes, save $15 in car insurance. No. You're going to say, here's a guy that's coming to me in this venue and saying, look, try it. Try naturopathy. Give it a chance. Let our wellness professionals help you for free. Clinical research, protocols that we know work, step by step, and recommendations for supplements if you need them. We are going to attack the status quo, and the status quo is easy to defeat because they're lousy. No disrespect. Critical care and heroic medicine, the cardiologist that opens you up, and the brain surgeon, par excellence. But the primary care physician, is nothing more than a damn pill pusher. He won't even give you a second script unless you come in and get his fee. So we have identified this enemy as a primary care physician. And he is an enemy because he spends 4.5 minutes, gets his $35 copay, probably gets $78 total, and then the insurance and everybody else takes a little bit of slice, and you wind up having 10 to 15% increases in your health care and get less. It's going to become more successful. And as we have additional devotees, you're going to come to me and say, can I have even more care? I don't know if I can do more, but I'm committed to 20,000 of you next year. We're defining a category. It's wellness and prevention of disease. Pretty easy to define it. You either feel better or you don't. You feel good or you feel bad. Now we're going to create this category, and we probably have to redefine it 2 or 3 times as we go along. But what we're going to do is we know that if we define this category well, we're going to win it. And the category is wellness. Treating yourself and the whole body to all the things that we provide for you free. And you say, well, how can you do that? Well, we can. We have a very generous benefactor, and he has a company, and he fought the FDA and won a massive suit. And so now he provides all of these supports that I'm talking about for free. So we're going to build the right team. I'm training a dozen naturopaths right now. I'm training them from the ground up with resources like Hulda Clark, Otto Warburg, Joseph Mercola, Biotics Research, Life Extension. And we're not unicorns. There are a lot of us out there. We might be a minority, but we're going to become a vocal minority. And we're going to tell people how this thing works and how it makes you feel better and how it saves you money. And it's going to be grassroots, because we're going to get grassroots testimonies. For example, like Tiffany Crowder, who had had a migraine consistently for the last 28 days in August. And in 5 minutes, I removed the headache, taught her how to do it if it ever came back again, and explained to her what was happening. She still doesn't understand it fully, but she knows that she's gotten it better. We're going to tell a powerful testimonial. And so if you have a story that you know that I've worked on, and you're willing to go on video, maybe you're a little hesitant, we want to talk to you. Now we're going to release news, and we're going to get a PR company to tell the truth, not flowery, not trying to sell you anything, just trying to let you know what we're doing. We're going to organize these events. For example, like we're doing a one-day symposium in Truth About Vaccines. 7 hours, Zoomed across the country, telling you the truth about vaccination changes and difficulties and problems that the medical boys know about. We're going to nurture the communities. We're going to start with Charlotte, Greater Charlotte, and we're going to start with West Palm Beach, because that's where my son is. And we're going to nurture those two communities just as if they were our own family members. And as we grow and have more success, we'll take on additional naturopaths, and we will go across the country, slowly at first, but it will get momentum, and we will absolutely nurture the community into something that will allow us to pick noble fights. Because picking a noble fight says if you're right, you're supposed to win. That's what God tells us. Right wins. And I trust in the Lord. And if he says that, let's go get him, cowboy, I'm going to saddle him up and ride. I'm going to strive to attract larger tent participants. I'm going to reach out to the medical community, because there are a lot of people in that medical community that know something's not right. They stink. The physicians don't stink, but the whole system stinks. I think they have 11 medical support staff for every physician, and 10 of them are doing insurance claims. We're going to work with the press, and we're going to work with influencers to help them see naturopathy the way that we see it, because we think it's the right way, and we can believe and tell you how to know it. And so we're not going to depend on the press to tell our story. We're going to tell the story and have the press have to report it. We're going to stay grounded. We're going to stay grounded because we know that it works for us. Do you know that the last lab work I did, My DO spent an hour and 45 minutes going every line and jot and tittle. An hour and 40 minutes going over lab work. And her conclusion, enjoy your cigars, Dr. Gibson, because your blood work is impeccable. And we're going to avoid any crazy projections. Revenue projections, we don't care because we got enough money to make this thing work. It's going to be fine to talk about the past accomplishments in detail because they're going to bolster our credibility. So we will give you exact times and dates, and we'll build a resume of actual events as they occur. We're not going to say we're going to make 100 million conversions this year. We're not going to say we make 10. But we're going to say that every person that tries naturopathy is going to be pleased with their result. So in conclusion, startup movements have two key advantages over political movements. First, politics inspire equal and opposite groups to spring up in opposition to anything who wants to accomplish, whereas successful startups inspire imitators. Now think about that. Tesla and electric cars. So it's actually easier to affect change with a startup movement than it is a political movement. So secondly, politics tend to be a zero-sum game. Startups increase the solution set by introducing new products. So as we train more naturopaths, they're going to have new and brighter and better ideas that are all based on facts and proven work of protocols that we know work, of clinical research that is there by reading that very fine footnote at the bottom. You know, all those research papers, they've got all those little tiny footnotes. Well, in there are the jewels. Now, most startup founders are naturally passionate about making a change in the world. Isn't that what I'm talking to you about today? I'm trying to change the world. In fact, it's likely because I became a naturopath in the first place. I knew it was wrong, and I didn't know exactly how to change it except, just to open up a shingle and say, hey, I'm a naturopath. Well, 23 years later, I'm going to build a movement. And it's not going to be me. It's going to be you and you and you and you. So when the founder authority presents you with authenticity and leadership combined with the techniques of movement marketing, the results will be transformative. So it's a long comment, about 18 minutes, but I'm asking you to listen from beginning to end and send me some comments. You're going to find those comments available if you send me an email at info@nosbigs.com. That's as simple as I can make it. info@nosbigs.com. That's NOSBIGGS.com. If you want to do a WhatsApp, that's 704-230-9257. That's 704-230-9257. And we are going to start a movement. We are going to encourage, and we're going to suggest, and we're going to strongly encourage and suggest that you try naturopathy. You can visit our website at trynaturopathy.com. We're building it out slowly because we want to make sure it's right. We've got a lot of Latin in there, so that people can't really understand what we're saying until we get the content right. And I'm going to close like this. Rod Canyon, the founder of Compaq Computer, the precursor to HP, told me a very, very important feature of life. He said, young man, if you can't explain it on the back of a napkin and present it to me in less than 15 minutes, you probably don't understand it well enough to be talking about it. So I've spent 4 minutes more than my maximum, but I'm going to tell you one more time. I'm self-proclaimed as the world's naturopath. Not the best, but the biggest. And I'm reaching out to you to insist that you go to trynaturopathy.com and give it a shot. Did I tell you that all of my services are free? How does it happen? Because I can. Because I'm a currency trader, and I make a good living as a currency trader, and I'm going to change the world. Please help me. Please help me help America become healthy again. As Donald Trump is making America great again, I want to make America healthy again. Good day. See you soon.